Well, hello there, YouTube. Decided to make another vlog because why not? On the topic of physical media versus digital download, the argument has been going on for 10,000 million years, and the prevailing opinion is, well, digital is the future. Discs are dying out. Well, I'm not here to tell you which one is the future, because, but I will mention something that no one talks about, like no one at all. I never heard anyone bring that up, and that is why I'm going to do it now. So, with a disc, be it Blu-ray, DVD, CD, doesn't matter. When you produce it, you make like 1,000 copies, 10,000 copies, 1,000,000 copies, and it costs you money. It costs you money to print it, every time, of course. It costs you money to make the cases to store it in. But, again, no one brings that up. Once you've printed all those discs, you've spent that money and you're done. You're not spending any more. The only money you might spend is the money to ship it to someone who would sell it, or the money for like storage, like a warehouse. But it's not that much. However, with digital media, well, CDs are digital, but who cares? With digital downloads, there's one tiny problem that no one brings up. Like what? One tiny problem. The long-term costs of storage. Because when you put something for digital download, what happens is that file is on a server. And that server should be available 24/7, of course, so that people could buy it anywhere at any time. And that file sits on that server, it sits, and of course, no company really has an entire server dedicated to one thing. They'll probably have like 10,000 movies, 10,000 games, whatever, terabytes of information sitting on that server over and over and over, and that server is plugged in. Of course, a server is just a hard drive. It's just a fancy word for a hard drive. That hard drive is plugged in, it's a computer, it's on 24/7, and even though it doesn't take that much for a server, it doesn't take that much. Still, to keep something available continuously, you'll have to have servers continuously being plugged in and eating up power and eating up all the bandwidth. So, again, if you make like if you produce 20,000 Blu-rays of a video game, for example, and not that many people want to play it, relatively speaking, you have 20,000 who want to play it, and you make 20,000 copies, and you got 20,000 people playing it. Some of them will sell it, some of them will not. But once you printed all those discs, you're done. You're not paying anymore. But if you put the game for digital download, at first it's way easier because it costs way less to have it for download. But 10 years down the line, 20 years, do you think it will still be available? Well, we have to live to find out, won't we?